this is the vlog. This is the vlog where we talk about the egg retrieval, how it went. And so the day of, we got to the hospital and things were great. They put her in the room, got the IV started, and they let me be in there just for a few minutes at the beginning. And then they gave me the boot, even though I wanted to stay in.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him watch the actual egg retrieval.
But,
so that's good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, so they hooked me up to an IV. I don't really remember anything. I was out the whole time.
After the procedure, she let me go in and talk with Sarah, and she was just sitting there kind of out of it. She was awake, but she was just speaking gibberish.
I have no recollection of any of this.
She didn't remember any of it, but...
parts of it.
Yeah, she was doing well, and she said the doctor was cute. And
the anesthesiologist.
Yeah, not the woman. That would be weird. So.
Oh, okay, one funny thing that happened after the procedure, though. I looked apparently really nauseous, and I do remember sitting in a wheelchair in the hallway and the nurse looking at me saying, "She looks pretty green." So I guess
she looked pretty bad.
I guess they put this patch on my neck that helps with nausea and dizziness, which I didn't know they put it on there. So I left it on there. I didn't end up throwing up, so that was nice. So it worked, but I left it on there the whole day until the following morning, and I didn't even realize till I woke up and took a shower that I had something on my neck. And I noticed when I woke up, my eyes were super blurry and my vision was completely blurred. I couldn't even read anything on my phone or anything on a piece of paper. I had totally lost my sight. Not my sight, but I couldn't read.
The doctor said that it was because of the medication, and so we took it off, and her vision slowly came back
after a few days.
Yeah, it's, the next 24 hours it was back?
It was
crazy. It was still kind of crazy because she couldn't read my texts or...
Yeah, so if you ever get a scope patch put on you, just know that you might not be able to see the next following days afterwards.
Truth.
So be careful.
Yeah, be careful. After the procedure, Dr. Wu came and talked to me, told me how it went really well. And they got how many eggs? What?
They got 28 eggs, so that's a really big deal. We were hoping like 15 to 20 would be a lot of eggs, so we were super happy that they got 28 eggs. They gave us a phone call the day after, and then on day 3 and day 5 and day 6, and then they kind of just gave us a follow-up. So the same day that they did my egg retrieval, they combined each egg with a single sperm, and then they put them in a little petri dish and they let them fertilize. And then the follow-up calls tell us how many embryos actually ended up fertilizing.
I do have very good news for you of your embryo status. So, as you know, we retrieved a total of 28 eggs, and the majority of them, 23, were mature eggs. Inevitably, a handful are still smaller and immature yet. So 23 were mature, and one sperm was injected into each egg. And today we have 22 fertilized eggs.
And then they continued to call us on day 3, day 5, and day 6. And in the end, we ended up having 10 total embryos fertilized completely to where they needed to be. So we have 10 embryos. That's how many we have.
We do.
Which we're super excited about. So
it's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
We have 10 eggs total, and now they're sending the embryos. We have 10 embryos total, and they're sending them off to the lab. And then we get the results at the end of this month to see how many are viable eggs and if they will.
So, and part of the testing, what they're doing with each biopsy that they took, they're looking at the chromosomes of the embryos, and they're trying to find embryos that don't have chromosome abnormalities or that have a chromosome structure that would allow them to still survive. And then those are what we will be using.
So we're hoping we get a few that work, of course.
Yeah, hopefully. That's the plan.
So Sarah's been feeling pretty sick the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we don't know if it's because the medication is still taking effect on her ovaries or what's going on. But she's been pretty sick, kind of down for the count.
Pretty bad. They told us, or they said, hey, they told me that I could expect to feel pretty bloated and pretty sore for a few days after the retrieval. which the day of, I was out of it, so I don't remember much afterwards. But I went home and slept, and then when I woke up, I felt fine. The next day, I still felt pretty good, but then it was on that third day that I really think I started feeling more sick and just like really sore and tender and just super bloated.
And so that's where she's at right now. She
Yeah.
just still feels sick. And she can't go swimming, and we're on vacation right now, so it's kind of a
Yeah,
bummer.
we're at the coast and I'm not supposed to get in water, which
It's too bad.
too bad. January 31st is when I have my next appointment with my doctor, and at that point she'll give us the results on what the embryos look like, and then we can kind of map out and decide when we do the transfer, which is putting them inside of me, and hopefully we'll have some that we can use. So we'll update you at the end of this month.